Hey guys, Jckistan here to talk up to you for 3 minutes and 38 seconds while this time-lapse montage of me taking apart my setup finishes. This is a video of me setting up my new computer, and it did not go as planned. There were a lot of problems along the way, some problems that have yet to be finished. So I thought I'd sit down and talk to you about the computer quickly so that you're not completely lost when watching this video. I've recently bought this PC, or in the process of buying this PC, from an old friend who's selling it off because they just don't need it anymore. They built it sometime around COVID, like 2020, 2021. I think the BIOS version is 2021, so I'd assume it was around then. They built this PC and it just sat in, like, being unused in its box for several, years at this point. It's now 2025, it's been about 4 years, and it's just not going to get used. So I got the opportunity to buy it off them. So I said yeah, because, you know, my PC is good, but it's not this good. The CPU is, my old CPU is a Ryzen 3, which is obviously showing its age. This has got a Ryzen 9 in, which is way better, and I can feel it just using the computer now. So yeah, I've been purchasing this new PC. It's all sorted, it's all geared up, it's almost fully assembled, as you'll see later on in the video. I'm having a blast with this computer, and, you know, the old one has been with me since 2020, and I spoke about that last video in case you haven't seen it. But, you know, this upgrade just had to happen. This had to be done. There's no way I could have passed this up. So I said yes, and it's now in my possession, and it is cool. So much cooler than I could have imagined. I'm having a blast with it, and I think that it's gonna really show in the next few months when you start to see videos trickle out from being recorded on this. The quality is going to be better. I think the games that I play are going to be high quality. I think I'm still going to be just as bad at them, but at the very least you're going to get some good footage, and I'm going to really enjoy it. Plus the Minecraft videos are going to get shaders. I think I'll finally be able to perform on shaders, so that's going to be fun. Anyway, we've got 30 seconds left of this little overdub, and I just wanted to point out, if you take Cat by C418 and slow it down to 85% of its speed, for some reason it comes out to around about 3 minutes and 38 seconds, which is the length of this time lapse, which I thought was really interesting. Anyway, with only about 10 seconds left on the clock. Oh my god, no, it's not. It's like 1 second. Ah! Okay, the monitor goes here, and it is massive. If I stick it to 0.5, there's an Xbox for scale. If you'll pardon the distortion, it is like twice the size of the Xbox. It is massive. 27 inch. And here's my old big monitor for scale. So, slight issue. The monitor does not have the clearance with the shelf above to put the Xbox underneath like it used to. There's just like about this much millimeters. So the Xbox is going back under the desk like it used to be years and years back. Alright, it has taken like 3 hours. However, it is set up and it doesn't even fit into the frame. there's the old monitor, there's the new monitor, there's the new computer. One problem is no hard drive. The way I have wrestled this together is we've got the speakers underneath the desk. We have the Xbox with the old primary monitor on top, microphone, computer, keyboard, computer. But if you look on the inside, there's nothing on the other side in terms of so from this computer, whoosh into this computer. Except it actually does. There they are. The old PC, the 2 hard drives. Oh, good God. So let's unplug. Oh, I completely forgot. I had to, I think, order on AliExpress a drive bay because this one didn't have one. It only had one. I can get a replacement part. So let's first of all unplug. And let's, oh my God, I'm gonna have to unscrew it, aren't I? So this first one is, I don't think I can show half of this, but it's a 300GB one. And dare I say, if we pop off this panel here, you get to see the SSD side of things. I've never actually taken this off. Oh, it has unclipped. Oh my God, the dust. So that's all 3 of my drives. Time to wedge them in somewhere somehow. Slight problem. In here, in this slot here, there's meant to be racking for hard drives, which I discarded and lost because I didn't think it was important many moons ago. And there are no mounts for the SSD, only these cover plates. Okay, I've spent a long while trying to dig out this like hard drive case piece, but I finally have it. There's the SSD being fitted. Now if we look in here, the hard drives are meant to just go in here somewhere. I don't know where. Something like that. Goes in somehow. There is an M.2 512GB. I'm going to install Windows to it, and we're going to be done with this computer. I'm so fed up with it. I don't have the cables for the hard drives, and I can't get the screws off to put in the SATA drive. So we're getting a Windows install here, and I'm going to be done with this. Just going to put up the video. Sorry. I'm so fed up with working on this computer. In case you're wondering why there isn't a proper low effort video this week, it's because of this computer. I've been working on it for the past couple of days. I don't think there's even anything installed on the boot drive. Oh, where's the plug? Oh. Where's the button? Where is the button? I've never actually turned this on before. Holy! Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. So we have an monitor. Did I turn it off? Oh. Bingo. Actually, no, let's put it through. There we go. Oh my god. I need to figure out how to turn this damn thing on. Oh, there's a button down at the bottom that I missed. So this is the button to turn it on. It's a nice MSI monitor. And this is, there's like a little thingamabob at the back. There's a little, just try not, there we are. There's a little, it has come to my attention that it does not turn on because there is no operating system on this computer, as will be demonstrated in a minute. I turn it on and it just sort of sits at a black screen, which means that there's nothing installed graphics wise. Excuse me while I just screw around with the monitor. Whoever's idea it was to put a DisplayPort cable which has a latch that locks in on a facing up port that you, in order to unplug this thing, you have to either like both take it off the stand and also you have to wrestle at it with a screwdriver. What a horrible design. It's so infuriating. The plug is like pointing upwards, so it's like a hole here. So you point it upwards blind, but you can't get your like fingers into the slot to unhook the DisplayPort, so I end up having to just use this screwdriver and wedge it in place. It's horrible. Anyway, let me show you something. Where's the power button? I can't find it. That's sick, by the way. But we get this on my old monitor. What the flip? That did not work before. What's the boot drive situation? Look at that, Ryzen 7 9, 32 gigs of memory. Where's the boot options? So my hypothesis is there's no boot option. Boot option 1 is a hard disk that doesn't exist. Boot option 2 is a CD that doesn't exist. What the flip? I guess. I think it needs a boot drive. Yes, a boot priority. It goes the hard disk, then the USB, then a USB drive, then a USB disk, then a disk drive, and a floppy, and then Ethernet. So it's missing the hard drive. It's missing the actual install. Okay, well, time to make another Windows install media. This video is very recorded in a really lackluster way because I was not anticipating this wrestle to get things working. You've got to be bingling me. I go to make the install partition and suddenly the internet's dead. Really? Okay, so despite being in storage for, several years, just being neglected, this computer It knows the time. Ooh, hey. What the bingo? What the bingo? What the bingo? What the bingo? Hold on, hold the phone. I am holding the phone actually, that's what I'm using to record. But the page for the install media says, oh look, this year they're cutting support for Windows 10. So I might have to keep an ISO or something, or I might have to keep this USB and make a backup of it. Because something tells me that they're not going to provide the boot media. Holy bingo, it's finally done. It's finally done. I was told this front IO might not work, but just in case it does, just gonna slap it in there. Nope. What went wrong? I think I saved the boot priority when I set it up earlier. So this might now work. Either that or the USB port is borked. The USB port is borked. Okay. Front IO does not work. So I've had to plug it into the back IO. But on the flip side, in order to make space for the USB, I had to unplug the Wi-Fi adapter, which means, you know, we're going to go through a Windows install that doesn't prompt me to sign in with a Microsoft account, which is always nice. That's so cool. Wait, oh my god, oh. This is different. It doesn't usually hold on this long. Installing Windows on my second monitor is a bit annoying. Oh, there it is! It's a little bit annoying to do it on the second monitor, but hey presto, I don't have a product key. That's fine. Windows 10 Pro. That's fine. We can activate Windows at the time. Sure, I accept the license. Install Windows only. Let's just create a new... Why is there only a... Wait a minute. And there can't be two of them, because if there were two of them, then there'd be two drives listed. Well, that worked perfectly fine. Yeah, I have no idea what's going on with the hard drive. That's really bizarre. Look how cool this PC is. Holy bingo. I don't think that company even exists anymore. I'm pretty sure they quit. I know the Gigabyte, I think, did. They quit. In there is an M.2 drive. That's got 512 gigs on, as I've just shown on video. Oh, RTX. I used to see these things in curries, and like, I never used to be able to think that I could own one of these, and now I do. It's bonkers. Okay, you still might be getting a Friday video. It is, I think, the 18th of April, as I'm recording this. Holy smokes! Remember to say no to the... Yeah, it's a desktop PC, you're not going to be able to track it. And don't send any diagnostic data, because I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. The fact that there are ads baked into a an operating system you're supposed to pay for is disgusting. Oh, just as I go to put down the camera. Wow. And the main monitor still doesn't work. This room is not illuminated at all because I'm a gamer. And gamers don't have decent lighting. Is this lit up? Is this turned on? Yeah, it's meant to be turned on. It might need a driver which I don't have. The USB dongle is coming up as a drive, which is actually pretty clever. Let me first of all, I hate... Oh, it is not. My camera is not enjoying the refresh rate, but I hate not having the file extensions. So now that I know it's an exe, I can click on it. That's pretty smart, I guess, because you're not going to have the drivers or the relevant software if you've got no internet. So yeah, it makes sense that they're going to attach it as a drive so that you can install the drivers and you can get your hands on some internet. Personally, I just put a network card in, but I think currently the mini PCIe slot is blocked up by the behemoth of an RTX. So I think I'm going to be stuck with one USB port down, which means I really need to look at getting that front I/O fixed. Okay, the minute I get internet, all of a sudden it's installing drivers for a bunch of the hardware. And also, yeah, that drive is definitely 930 gigabytes. 99949. This is definitely a terabyte, isn't it? Oh my god, there's a second drive. The screen just went black, and now it's back. Can I... Oh! We are in business. Holy bingo, Nvidia just woke up. Holy moly. You son of a gun. It's an SSD. It's an NVMe that I completely didn't see inside of the box. Oh my god. That's crazy. Unless unless this is just disguised as a Sabrin, which, why would you do that? I can't hit that high. Okay, unplugging and replugging a bunch of components is going to get very old very quickly, so I'm enlisting in the help of a USB extension dongle that I got several years ago. I'm going to plug this into one of the ports. The capture card's going to go through there, maybe the microphone, and also the hard drive, just until I can get the front I/O sorted. I'm not used to having an M.2 boot drive, and this is rapid. Probably shouldn't be showing my files. This is just so quick that this is... What the flipping bingo! Look at this stuff it's installing. We got Steam, we got Windows Stat, Notepad. Holy moly. Alright. I should hope not.